Hello guys, it's Kristine with Queen City Stamp Art, and today I'm back to share a really fun card that I made using the Shaded Summer stamp set from Stampin' Up. This is a brand new floral sentiment combination set that has some really lovely sentiments and a couple of great florals for a variety of stamping techniques. Today we're just going to do some basic, single color stamping. And but one of the fun things we're going to do today is use a piece of designer series paper as a base card instead of a solid piece. So normally my clean and simple cards have a white card base, maybe with a little texture. Sometimes they're a colored card base, but I almost never use designer series paper as my card base, and I thought that would be fun to show you today. So I picked a designer series paper from the brand new Sweet Symmetry suite in the brand new annual catalog from Stampin' Up. These images have a very Scandinavian feel, and that's what attracted me to it. I love Scandinavian design, and I loved the patterns that were in this paper packet. So what I did was I took a 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper in the Sweet Symmetry suite, and I cut two card bases, and they both measured, you can get two out of one sheet, and they measure 8.5 by 5.5. And then I took the sheet and I laid it on my trimmer at the top, this long edge, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And that gave me this really cute designer series paper card base. And then to give it a little bit more stability, I'm gonna glue a 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel to the inside. And this is just a layer panel. So instead of layering on designer series paper, we're just gonna layer on some white cardstock to give the card a little bit more heft and stability. So now I can stamp a sentiment on the inside or just write my note if I want to. And then we're going to decorate the outside. So let's move on to some of the stamping. This is a beautiful stamp set. It's got a couple of really nice bold florals and some delightful sentiments. I love it. And it is a rubber stamp set, so red rubber and on foam. So what I did was I picked the color scheme for this card based on the designer series paper. So we have Night of Navy on the outside, and we have some So Saffron, Just Jade, and Calypso Coral on the inside. So we're going to take this little white panel and our Calypso Coral ink, and we're going to stamp the flower. So I'm just going to ink this up nicely and stamp that flower here on the edge like that. Then we're going to take the Night of Navy ink pad and the sentiment, and I have this little So Saffron strip, and we're going to stamp the sentiment on the strip. Oh, it's a little crooked. Let's try it again. I'm sorry if this is off camera. There we go. That's nice and straight. So there we go. Then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim this off at an angle like that. And then we're going to layer up the front. So for the card today, we're going to layer on a piece of Just Jade that measures 3.5 by 2.5. And this is just a little layer. And then we're going to do the same with this. Again, it's white. Basic white, measuring 2.5 by 3.5. And I'm just going to tuck those together, kind of like this, a little bit askew. And then the sentiment is going to go on nice and straight across the front of the card. I thought I brought some dimensionals, but apparently no. So I'm just going to glue this down flat. Normally I would pop it up though, because it does look really pretty. So what I want to do here is I'm going to put the sentiment straight across the bottom so that it lines up with the bottom, but I want to cover where these two meet. I think it just lends itself to a little bit cleaner look. So just like that looks good. Now when you pop it up, it gives it a little dimension too, and that can look really nice. So to finish this, we're going to add a little linen thread bow. So I'm just going to tie a bow, adjust the loops, trim the tails, and add this with a glue dot. right here where the two colors come together. And then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and some of my large pearl gems and add a pearl right here. I think the pearls look really pretty. You can use a lot of different gem type stones with this pattern paper packet. I think a lot of them would go beautifully with it, but I thought my pearls looked nice, and so I just put a pearl on there, and I think that looks good. And that's basically the card today. Now, you could go a little bit more with the jade and show more of it, or keep it a little bit more subtle the way I did on the second card. This is with a popped up sentiment, so it has a little bit more dimension to it. And it's sort of, this color scheme mimics the inside, so it kind of ties the inside with the outside. And I just really like how it came out. I hope I inspired you to try using designer series paper for the base of your card. And I would love to see your designs. So definitely shoot me a card in an email or post it on our Facebook group, Queen City Stamp Art. If you'd like to join my Facebook group, just seek me out on Facebook, Queen City Stamp Art, and ask to join. I'd be happy to let you in. Thank you so much for watching today.